everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. This week, we've got teams who went in opposite directions last week. So with kickoff approaching, let's send it over to our commentators here this afternoon, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, we are about an hour's drive southwest of downtown Boston in the area known as Patriot Place, Gillette Stadium, here in Foxborough. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New England Patriots. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. A first down throw coming for Dalton. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it second down. First drive for this offense today, and our first chance to get a look at Tyler Eifert.
And he's part of the new wave of tight ends in the NFL. They use them in every position, sometimes even by themselves as a wide receiver.
Second down, Dalton. He drops it off for Bernard. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll run for the first time with Hill. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 2 Patriots there to bring him down. And quickly, let's check out the New England defense.
Malcolm Butler's rise to fame culminated with a fantastic play in the Super Bowl, but what a tremendous success story. Totally off the radar, has turned himself into an NFL starter.
It's second down. Dalton looking. And he gets it to the former Patriot, Brandon LaFell. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. From midfield here, Dalton. And he slings one that's incomplete. Jeremy Hill there was the intended target. And that'll bring up second down. And on 2nd and 10 now. Second and 10. Dalton once more. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Giovanni Bernard, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it's 3rd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Andy Dalton trying to get it to LaFell, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Let's go!
Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Let's discuss this offense now, and Julian Edelman, very good player.
Has really developed into a terrific slot receiver, and a lot of times he would be the primary receiver. Still mad coming out of college that he's not a quarterback in the NFL. He takes it out on the opposing defenses.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. And the Bengals starting defensive unit now.
Vontaze Burfict is a super talent and a fierce competitor. He can do it all at the linebacker position.
And they're definitely showing blitz here. Now Garoppolo. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Carlos Dunlap in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And out now, here come the Bengals. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. So that's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Dalton hovering near the goal line. And a right side completion here by LaFleur. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that was well defended. And as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Got to be careful here. Dalton. His throw incomplete. They send Green to the left on his own. Back into the end zone on 3rd and long. Dalton. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
And it's fielded at the 34. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially give him 15. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got time. Over the middle, Julian Edelman. It's complete. They get 31 yards that time. And it gives the Pats a 1st down. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. Looking for someone to throw to. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. This is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So now on 4th down, on comes Stephen Gostkowski to try and get the Pats 3. From the right hash, this from 33. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. Maybe an anxious moment or two when the ball was on its way, but he does find a way to curl it in.
Oh, yeah, that one definitely hugged the left upright, but he got it to go.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. 1st and 10 for Dalton. Underneath, this is Bernard. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now a former Tar Heel, Giovanni Bernard. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
But when it comes to the running game, the New England Patriots, they're one of the few teams in the NFL that I don't think care much about balancing things out.
Last year, to your point, 5th in passing yardage, number 30 in the run game.
What they want to do each and every week is make a game plan based on their opponent, not so much their own personnel, and they try to attack that way. And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told me,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 4-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro, Geno Atkins, in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And Gostkowski, oh, he missed it. It's no good. Wide to the left. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton caught Eifert over the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
But there's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. And he whips that one incomplete there. Brandon LaFell, his intended target, and it's 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the 1st down after the 2nd down incompletion. The Patriots going with a dime package here. 2 extra defensive backs on 3rd. And the back goes into motion. 3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? And he finds Hartline on the catch. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, gets stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Hill. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. A gain of 3, 2nd down. So Jeremy Hill got the call there, and he's trying to pick his yardage back up. 2 years ago, Charles, he was over 1,100. Last year, below 800.
Just never got going with any consistency throughout the 2015 season. You know his determination is sky high for this one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Giovanni Bernard, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. And he's able to put it through. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now out come the Patriots. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you put something out there, you're giving yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
No, Jack, Patriots.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to look deep down the field. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Allen has it. Left side. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. And this one's incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well. And he didn't get that done on that play.
4 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Second and 10. Dalton once more. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10. Play clock winding down. They send Green to the left on his own. And Dalton to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. No gain at all on the play there. That brings up 4th. Here's Michael Kanan now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded at about the 28. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Patriots take over. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Garoppolo looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. So now a 1st and 20. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. To the right side, and he's got Edelman. It's a pickup of 17 there, and it'll make it 2nd down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning goes right at it, and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this. Garoppolo on first down. Going underneath for Lewis. And he'll go down at the 28. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Dumps it off to Lewis. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're on. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Geno Atkins in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. They slot Gronkowski outright. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now Garoppolo throwing on second. And his throw is incomplete. Malcolm Mitchell out of the University of Georgia was the intended receiver. And it's third down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Gostkowski now for the Pats field goal try. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
So that's their 3rd trip to the red zone, but all they have to show so far is 2 field goals.
Tough sledding in this game for the offense. They get to the red zone. Normally you count on a minimum of 3 points in each red zone trip. Not so far in this game.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. On the screen, Bernard. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still ended up with a solid game.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Now that's the way you run offense. Understanding your clock situation. Excellent job getting to the sideline and getting out of bounds. That's the way to conserve time.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On first and 10, here's Andy Dalton. He's going to float this over the middle deep, and he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered. He's able to get a hand in and knock it away.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. The final act of the first half. Dalton, he's going to go up top again. And this one is incomplete. So a very tight, and okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. Goes right side, complete to Gronk.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Garoppolo on first down. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
Garoppolo looks to throw. It's caught. Mitchell. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They go play action here on first down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
So 2nd and 10 here. Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. And this is caught. It's Edelman. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Julian Edelman, his first touchdown on the year. And once again, the Patriots are back out in front.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now Garoppolo, and this will be caught as they convert here for 2. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there at 22.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Call it a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
And the play clock's running down on 2nd down. Hill. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
That, quite simply, is Jeremy Hill. A very powerful, compact back.
He's always been that. Even back at LSU, that's where he honed that skill, right?
Love to run between the tackles and take the contact as well as dish it out.
1st and 10 for Dalton. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away, and it's 2nd down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
They send Green to the left on his own. Passing again, Dalton on 2nd and 10. Here's Hartline over the middle with it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Back to the ground. It's Hill. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Passing, it's Dalton. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Jeremy Hill with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And this will be a touchback. Last year would have come out to the 20. This year they'll move it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
To the sideline and complete to Gronkowski.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Ooh, I like it.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And right side, caught, Hogan. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Here we go.
Now a toss play to Lewis. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
There's so many times during camp and practice that you get bored as a player doing regular drills. But how about that shed and skate drill right there by the linebacker? You do it each and every day. Get the blocker away and get into the backfield and make a big-time tackle. That's what we just saw.
This is caught. Gronkowski. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Finding time. Buying time to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Chris Hogan, his second touchdown on the season. And the Patriots have moved out in front. And he had time there. I mean, you give any quarterback that length of time, he'll make you pay.
It just puts way too much stress on guys trying to cover downfield because, as you said, you don't have much time in the pocket. He can scan the field, find the open person. That's exactly what happened there. And what was the end result again?
Touchdown. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Dalton, he drops it off for Bernard. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. Shipped together here from the D-line. They come out here in the eye. Dalton gives to Bernard. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. And ready for 3rd and 6. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Big 4th down here. It's Dalton. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a first down.
They send Green to the left on his own. Andy Dalton. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block it.
5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And they get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. They'll run. This is Hill. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They run. It's Hill. Jeremy Hill stopped up short on 4th down. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on down. So the Patriots coming out now. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down. A play fake to Lewis. Here's Garoppolo. And that's caught inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass, and completing it.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. Dumps it off to Lewis. And he goes out of bounds inside the 10 at the 9. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Patriots will get a new set of downs. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They go play action here on first down. Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and goal. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And it's third down and goal from the 4. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. James White, his second touchdown on the season. And the Patriots add on to their lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on third and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
The kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Second down and 4. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. First and 10 for Dalton. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well at attacking the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. And now they're in the hurry-up. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped, altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now fourth down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Big fourth down here. It's Dalton. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. 2 timeouts remaining defensively, but that shouldn't make much difference right here.
It really shouldn't, but a lot of coaches look at it similar to baseball with the intentional walk.
Always bringing in other sports.
Always, hey, listen, think about the intentional walk, right? What if one gets past the catcher? What if he uncorks a wild one and now you still have an opportunity? That's why they like to use them all the way through.
Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Pats, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0. Month and a half, and they will